welcome to Would I Lie to You at Christmas, a very special edition filled with festive fibs. On Lee Mack's team tonight, a comedian and actor who has played a social worker and a nurse. So please, stand outside your front door and clap for Joe Brand. And an ex-EastEnders star who loves a traditional Christmas day where he gets run over, his wife has an affair, and the Queen Vic burns to the ground. It's Joe Swash. And on David Mitchell's team tonight, a comedian and host of the show Travel Man, or as it was renamed for 2020, Staying in the House Man, it's Joe Lycett. And a talented and versatile actor who tonight is taking on her toughest role yet, pretending to be happy being on David's team. It's Ruth Madeley. We begin with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists read out a statement from the card in front of them. Now, to make things harder, they've never seen the card before. They have no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. Joe Lycett is first tonight.
Oh, yes, OK.
I once had a fight with a flamingo and won.
Last Christmas, the biggest family row in the Lycett household was over how many doof-doofs there are in the EastEnders closing theme tune.
Oh. Lee Mack's team.
So you mean the bit just before the music starts, I think, I mean, obviously, you know, you were in EastEnders.
Yeah, but I never actually got myself a doof-doof.
Oh, no.
I was there for 6 years, no doof-doof.
You never had a doof-doof?
I had one doof-doof, and Wendy Richards was in it, and then when they took it to the edit, they zoomed in on her and cut me out of the doof-doof. How many doof-doofs did your family decide there were?
So, it was a generational gap. So
Yes.
me and my sister thought there were 8, because there are 8. My parents thought there were 7.
Give us your 8.
Doof, 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 doof.
Oh, I think you're wrong.
Excuse me, though.
No,
that can't be. That's not how many doof-doofs there are.
Yeah.
That's how many doofs there are. If the unit is doof-doof, then there are 4.
He does have a point, you know.
David has never been invited to someone's house for Christmas.
I think you stuck too many doofs in there.
Go on, you do it.
Doof, 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 doof.
Do, 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 do.
No, that's not it.
You were in the show! Did you, at the end of the night, find out exactly how many doof-doofs there were, or did you just leave it, we're right, you're wrong, without no
Yeah,
sort
basically, we didn't rewind.
So we don't
were on
actually know
something else.
right now with our 8.
Well, we do. It's 8. It is 8.
You ain't really checked it, have you?
Yeah, I have.
You have checked it?
But you didn't
because
check it
I've
at the
watched
time.
EastEnders and I know...
But I've watched EastEnders, but I don't ever count...
I don't think you have.
I think there's only 3, because I think the fast ones at the end aren't doof-doofs, they're something else.
Like a little...
I'm sort of with Joe. I think it's probably 2 to 2.5 doof-doofs, or 4 to 5 doofs.
What's a
before the
half-doof?
nature, the nature of the noise changes such that it can no longer be labelled either a doof or a half
Agree.
doof-doof.
So, yes. Well, bearing that in mind and knowing your love for music, give us your rendition, then, of the end drum.
Now, I feel that would be... I'd be humiliated.
Would you like me to give you a lead-in, a dramatic moment?
No, thank you.
This is Elsie, who works in a laundry.
Who's Elsie? She was never in EastEnders.
She's a character that I've created.
Well, what about Dot Cotton? Come on, you get her.
You look a bit
You'd
like
be a
Dot Cotton.
great
You do a
guy.
bit.
You've definitely got...
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
Oh.
I think that's Mick Jagger you're doing it.
I don't know what's happened to my laundry. It's gone somewhere.
Doof, 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 doof.
All right. What do you
Tell
think?
you what, that sounds like the washing machine's broken.
See, I think after about 5 minutes, I would have just gone to the YouTube and had a little look on there. I think he's lying.
I always like to go counterintuitive, so I'm going to say I think he's lying as well. Yeah.
OK, I'm going to have to say lie.
You're going to have to say lie. OK, Joe Lycett, truth or lie?
It's a lie.
Oh, very good, guys.
And Joe Swash, there's a treat for you, because you said you never had a doof-doof. We're going to give you one tonight. Whatever you want to say, something dramatic, and it's going to come in. It's going to happen.
And trust me, it doesn't matter what you say, because we're all just going to be counting.
OK, Joe, here we go.
Is it my baby?
Oh, there's 9!
10! 9!
It's 9.
There was 9 in there.
It's 9. Joe Swash, you're next.
OK. One Christmas, I accidentally put the wrong address in my mum's sat-nav, and instead of driving to Lakeside, she drove all the way to the Lake District.
Right, David's team.
Geographically, where was the starting point?
Well, it was London, yeah. It was a long time ago. It was when the sat-nav, remember it was called Tom Tom?
Actually, it wasn't called Tom Tom.
What was it called?
It was called Tom 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 Tom.
So I've always had slight dyslexia as a kid. So I sort of...
Oh, so maybe it wasn't a Tom Tom, maybe it was your MOT.
Could have been, yeah. I think I just put it in wrong. And
Well,
then...
yes, obviously that's not a detailed explanation of what went awry.
What would you like to know?
What did you type in the word Lakeside?
I stuck in LA, put in the first couple of letters, and then it predicts the word for you.
You put LA in, your mother drove off towards Los Angeles and went, stop, stop. And you saved it with a K.
Yes.
And then you thought, right, fine, that's fine. There can't be more than one place beginning LAK. It finished Lake Windermere, off she drove.
No, I must have put in the lake, and then it filled the rest in, and I must have just pressed Lake District, taking it for granted that...
And you are saying, with a straight face, that your mum, was it just your mother?
No, it wasn't my mum. It was my mum and her next-door neighbour, Debbie.
Right.
They just kept driving until it got dark. And then what my mum said is that they got so scared because it was just them two in the car and they didn't know where they were going. My mum doesn't know how to do the sat-nav and all that business, that they thought it would be safer just to continue to where they were going and then just work out what to do the next day. So they went to the Lake District.
They arrived in the Lake District?
Yes. It took them like 6 hours. Yeah, they got...
It took what? 6 hours?
Yeah, they took some wrong turns. So they had to get a hotel and stay in the lake. I swear...
Come on.
I'm telling you...
I have to say, we've been doing this show for many years, and Rob has never, in the middle of it, gone, no!
So after about 3 hours in, they got so far that they weren't going to come back in the same day. They were going to continue and stay where they were.
Yeah.
Debbie phoned her husband, which I think they should have done a lot earlier because he's a cab driver.
Even if he wasn't, it would make sense, really, to make contact.
So what do they do, Joe? Did they stay over there?
They stayed over.
And then what?
I got a phone call.
Yeah.
They were fuming.
They must have been livid.
The thing was like that. My mum didn't know where anything was. She didn't know how to get to places. So she would follow that sat-nav, regardless whether it took her into the sea. She'd be in the sea. She'd follow it. So
And yet you put the destination in with such little care.
Well, I just didn't think I was going to... Honestly, when she told me, even I was surprised.
Even you didn't
The
believe it.
same questions as you asked, like, why didn't you come home? Why did you stay? None of it made sense to me either. But the one thing she said is that they were very scared, they didn't know where they were going, so they just carried on following the blue line to the end of the destination. And then in the morning, they worked out, I think they asked someone in the hotel that they had to stay in, and then the fella reprogrammed it to come back to London the next day.
Joe Lycett, what are you thinking?
I think it might be true. I can see real hurt in him.
It's doable. It is doable with the dyslexia thing.
If it's a lie and you pick up that card, you're not going to follow through on, yes, they discovered halfway through the journey that they were heading to totally the wrong place, but decided that the thing to do was to follow through on the entire journey. It's more plausible that it happened than that Joe invented that just now.
Basically, David's saying there's more chance your mother's stupid than you are creative.
I think we think true. I think we think true.
It's true that they drove all that way. Joe Swash, was it true or was it a lie?
Yeah, it happens, yeah.
Yes, it's true. Joe did accidentally send his mum to the Lake District. Ruth, you're next.
Right. Because my dog hates loud noises so much, I always put earmuffs on him before we pull our Christmas crackers.
Right, Lee's team.
Right. What type of dog do you have?
I have a British bulldog.
The dog don't mind having these on his ears?
No, not at all.
How old is your dog?
He's 2.
If I've got a new dog and we're having Christmas dinner and he don't like the bang, I'll put him in another room. So why am I going to put in all the effort to kind of teach him to put his earmuffs on?
Why would you, like... Okay,
I don't think did you say teach him to put the earmuffs on?
I mean,
I don't think she suggested go, oi, Bonzo, we're about to pull again, stick them on. The dog's going, "Arr."
OK, right. OK, Lee, this is genuinely... You have a new puppy, am I wrong?
Well, yes, a fairly new puppy, yes.
Would you, if it was frightened of something and it needed you, would you put it in another room?
We had a dog that was very frightened of
What did you do,
fireworks.
Jo?
Sold it. Did you? I don't know if you got advice from a vet or something about what to do, or...
We were given the name of this dog specialist who could help with anxiety.
What was his qualifications?
I didn't read his qualifications.
I suspect he might have been a market trader that also sold earmuffs.
No, they were my earmuffs. They didn't need to give me earmuffs.
OK, so what are you going to say?
Well, I'm kind of neutral about it, because I can understand why you might do something like that.
Who hasn't wanted to dress up a dog? So
It's
I believe
adorable.
She might put some clothes on it.
Have you dressed up your puppy?
Is that a euphemism?
You know it is.
I've had a shower, if that's what you're asking.
So what are we going to say?
So Joe says it's...
A lie.
You think it's a lie.
It's too much hassle. Lie.
I think it's got to be a lie.
OK, you're
Got
saying...
to be, hasn't it?
So you're saying it's a lie. OK, Ruth, was it the truth or were you telling a lie?
You all look like idiots because it was a lie.
Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, David. So, Joe Lycett, what is David to you?
This is my neighbour, David, and last year, to save money, we time-shared a Christmas tree.
Ruth, how do you know David?
This is David, and he walked into a charity shop just as I was donating the gift he'd given me a few days earlier.
Right, Ruth's charitable chum. And finally, David, what is your relationship with David?
This is David, and when my daughter lost her beloved toy rabbit, we held up a train so I could board it and grab it.
So there we have it. Lee's team, where would you like to begin?
Joe, next door neighbour?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, why aren't you just buying your own Christmas tree?
Well, David and I decided to save a bit of money. We knew David was going away on Christmas Eve, so he wasn't going to use the Christmas tree after that point. I was working pretty much up until Christmas, so we thought it was a good idea that we
So he
save a
got
bit.
it from the 1st of December?
He got it on the 12th to the 24th. Then I had it from the 24th to the 1st. I got rid of it on the 1st.
And did you take it decorated?
Yeah.
Just in one like that and just plonk it in your house?
So that's why we won't do it again, because we worked out that the savings that we made from sharing the cost of the tree, which was about 60 quid, we saved that, but the amount of baubles that we lost in the transit.
And this was all about saving £30.
Yes.
But, you know, you're doing all right.
David's not.
What was your Christmas setup after the 24th? Did you have people staying with you?
They didn't stay, but they came for Christmas dinner.
For the day?
You remember they came to watch EastEnders?
Yeah.
You had a big row with them, don't you remember?
We had a big row, yeah.
Right, who would you like to question next?
Ruth. Yes. Can you remind us of your...
David's my cousin, and he walked into a charity shop just as I was donating the gift he'd given me a few days earlier.
What was the gift?
What was the gift, first of all?
Right, it's one of those, you know, them really ugly porcelain pig things that open.
Huh?
You know them on...
Cookie
like,
jar.
Yeah, but smaller than a cookie jar. Not big enough for a cookie jar, so you couldn't even use it for that.
So, sorry, you've gone into the charity shop to get rid of this pig thing.
Yeah, that's the only words that can
Your cousin's
describe it.
walked in
Yeah.
and gone, taking a pig for a walk? What are you doing with a pig? What did you say?
I didn't expect him to be there.
Did you carry on with the process of, like, let's get rid...
Yeah, talk us through exactly what happened after he walks in.
Right, David came in because he saw me. There was absolutely no other reason for him to go in the charity shop. You could tell he was really upset, but without wanting
But
to...
did he mention... What did he say?
He went, oh, what are you doing? Like, he just pointed at this pig that I'm holding.
Yeah.
And I panicked, so I said, look, I didn't want to tell you at the time, but I've already got one.
Ah.
So when did he actually find out the truth then?
So I had to call David and tell him I was coming on Would I Lie to You? And I can't stand the thought of hurting anyone's feelings.
So you thought you'd bring him on national television and humiliate him?
No. We've since spoke, and he's lovely.
Right.
Now, Lee, what about David? David, remind us of your claim and your statement.
This is David, and he helped me board a train to rescue a rabbit.
First of all, where were you going from?
I was going from London to Cardiff.
With your wife and child?
Exactly.
Was you going there for a reason?
What do you mean by that? You're going to have a reason to go to Cardiff? Oh, you come down here with your Cockney patter. People go to Cardiff just because they want to visit it.
Sorry, mate.
Did you like it there, David?
It was very nice.
Did you
Obviously,
like it?
I'd put Carlisle into the train app, so...
Talk us through what happened.
Well, what happened, we got on the train,
Yeah.
and she... this rabbit, called Pink Rabbit... It's a pink rabbit.
What's it called?
She calls it Pink Rabbit.
That's it, she's got your sort of creativity.
Thank you. And it's her second favourite cuddly toy.
Who's the favourite?
The favourite is another rabbit. He's called Wiggles.
Wiggles.
Oh, OK.
Aww.
But Wiggles never leaves the house.
Oh, has he got an asbo?
It's better we always know where Wiggles is.
OK.
But Pink Rabbit is the favourite of
OK.
the toys she will take out of the house.
How had you acquired the rabbit? Where did the rabbit come from?
It was probably a Christmas present at some point. But the thing is, it was around for a couple of years. It's among the various... She's got lots of toy rabbits and that sort of thing. And then suddenly, and I'm not quite sure why, Pink Rabbit came to favour. It was like Stalin emerging as the front runner of the Politburo. You know,
Are you still doing the bedtime stories?
He wasn't the obvious successor to Lenin, but then a few years later, suddenly he's in charge. So Pink Rabbit has had a meteoric rise.
Right. Yeah. You get off the train at Cardiff.
Exactly.
And when do you realise the rabbit's gone?
When we've got to the hotel and my wife realises, and a look of...
She's married to you and has a breakdown.
Thank you. As always, you've made it so Christmassy. But then she sort of takes me aside and says, I don't think we've got Pink Rabbit.
So at no point has your daughter made any reference to this rabbit, even though it's her favourite rabbit.
I know. The thing is, when we got on the train, my daughter said, I'd like... Can we get Pink Rabbit out of the bag? I want to have Pink Rabbit with me on the train. And it was my strong view that that was a bad idea. That we should keep Pink Rabbit in the bag where we know where Pink Rabbit is and only get Pink Rabbit out when we get to Cardiff. But no, I was overruled. It was apparently fine, and she would keep an eye on Pink Rabbit and not forget about Pink Rabbit.
OK.
So, your wife said to you, Pink Rabbit's gone.
Yeah.
Do you phone the train station? Because Pink Rabbit's on the way back to London.
No.
No?
No. Pink Rabbit is on the way to Swansea.
Yeah.
Where it is going to turn round and then head back to London via, and here's the loophole...
The Lake District.
No, via Cardiff. The train is coming back via Cardiff.
So you know now where the train is headed. So what do you decide to do?
We go to Cardiff station in order to get on it and look for Pink Rabbit.
But you
All
said...
for
you
a
said
cuddly toy.
Oh, yes.
How many children do you have?
One.
Well, of course, classic only child scenario. I've got 5. I would have said the rabbit's dead. Get on with your life. So what happened?
Well, we went to the station.
Yeah.
David was in the sort of glass room / booth next to the barriers.
It's nice that he's brought it with him.
And we went up to him and said, look, we haven't got tickets for the train, but we don't want to get on the train. We want to go and retrieve a toy rabbit. And he looked quite stern and severe and then nodded and went, yeah, that's fine. And it was a wonderful moment of possibility.
Right. So then what happened?
The train comes into the station. My wife goes to the front of the train to talk to the driver.
She's such a flirt.
And we've worked out where our carriage would be coming in.
Yes.
I get on the right carriage to look for Pink Rabbit, and as it turned out, thankfully find Pink Rabbit, and then get off the train.
The bit we haven't heard yet is that if you have specifically said, I don't think the rabbit should leave the bag, and then you get to the hotel and she says, oh, we haven't got the rabbit. How did that conversation go?
What can I say? I'm a hell of a guy.
But what did you actually say?
I did not say, I told you so.
You didn't say I told you so?
I did not say I told you so.
You might not have said it with your mouth. Did you say it with your eyes?
Oh, well, I can't
Did you go...
affect that, can I? I can't affect what they're doing. They're always admonishing everyone. But no, I didn't say that because I knew my wife would already have been thinking it. It was not necessary for me to say those words because they were already in her brain.
So be honest.
And at some point she is going to say, you told me so, for me, as indeed she subsequently did.
And so
That is when a relationship is working.
We need an answer. So, Lee's team, is David Joe's frugal friend, Ruth's charitable chum, or David's rabbit rescuer?
This is a tough one. I mean, Ruth is... It's not likely, is it?
No, I don't think that's likely.
I'm genuinely torn between David and Joe. I don't know.
I've been in the same situation and lost a teddy bear at the airport, and I was gutted, cried for ages. I'm going to go with David, because I've been there.
I have also been there, so I do feel that this could be true.
I'm aware of, like, how emotionally damaging these situations can be, and for that reason, we didn't buy our children any toys. So it's hard to know.
Fair enough.
Really.
Yeah.
Joe, what did you think? What's
David,
it going to be?
Go with David.
I'll go with David.
We'll go with David.
I'm going to say that David held up the train. OK. David, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm David, and David and I rescued his daughter's rabbit.
Yes, David is David's rabbit rescuer. Thank you very much, David. Which brings us to our final round, Quickfire Lies, and we start with... It's Joe Brand.
This box contains everything I need to play my family's favourite festive game.
All right, so could you now take the contents out and put them onto the desk, please? Oh. Well, it's a plastic cup. Water. Pen there. Sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Well, it looks exciting.
What you do, right, is you get up the glass.
I'm a bit nervous about what you're going to do. Oh, all right. There we go. A little.
You come up, like, with a category.
A category, yes.
Yes, like...
Ah! Sorry, I've got cramp in my foot. Just bear with me a minute.
Like diseases of the knee.
You're right. That's better, thank you. Carry on.
So
you've come up with a category, yes.
Yeah, so, and I'm going to start the game off. So I think of something in that category, and I write that down on a bit of paper.
Yes.
You have got to come up with something from the category.
Yes.
Which is trees.
Yeah.
So you each say a tree, and if anyone says the tree that I've written on the paper, I throw this over them.
Oh, let's play it. Let's play it. We'll give you a category. The category is things you might find in a Christmas dinner. So food items in a Christmas dinner. Right, now fold the paper up. Don't let them see it.
OK.
OK. Now, Joe, Lee and Joe Swash are your sons. They've come home.
No.
They're back from the youth detention centre.
Would you like my friend Robert to play? Yes, Rob, my mum says you can play.
Thanks.
You can come in and have a play. We're all playing the game.
Oh, hang on a minute. No, wait a minute. I'm being told that my desk is not waterproof.
Oh, yeah.
But you're... No, seriously, but this is...
Oh, my God, yes!
I'm being told. Yes. Now, my desk also. I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry, I've just been told my skin is soluble.
I'm telling you the truth. That's what they're telling me. So remember now, boys, the category is things in a Christmas dinner. Get ready. Here we go. Let's get the tension.
Sorry.
OK.
Yeah.
Lee Mack, something you'd find in a Christmas dinner.
OK, I'm going to go for a... Not roast.
Ooh. Oh, the tension there when she said
That was,
it.
yeah.
Wow. OK. Joe Swash.
A Brussels sprout.
Oh, it's back to Lee.
This is unbearable. Absolutely unbearable.
Great game.
I'm going to go for a carrot.
Oh, Joe Swash.
Pigs in blankets.
Oh, Lee.
Oh, double look me.
Turkey.
Joe Swash.
This is an unbelievably stressful game.
Yorkshire pudding.
What are you talking about?
That's not allowed.
Yorkshire pudding in my Christmas dinner.
No, this is...
Yes. Only because it's set the sat-nav for Brussels sprouts.
Gravy.
He said gravy as well.
Gravy.
He said gravy. Lee Mack.
Gravy.
Cranberry sauce.
Joe Swash.
Bit of turkey.
He said turkey. He said turkey.
OK, I'll go with some carrots.
He said carrots.
Right, I'll go with some stuffing.
That's the happiest thing that's ever happened to me.
Was that game genuinely something that Joe plays, or did she just make it up? Truth or lie?
Even if it's not, to come up with that on the spot is brilliant. I'm playing that on Christmas Day.
Oh, it's a brilliant game. If Joe invented that game in the last few seconds, reading off a card, then, well, she'd be a genius.
OK, so what's it going to be? Truth or lie?
We're going to say true.
OK, Joe. This incredible Christmas game.
Oh, my goodness.
Truth or lie?
It's true.
Yes, it's true. Joe does play the game every Christmas. Oh, and that noise signals time is up. It's the end of the show. I can reveal that Lee's team have won by 3 points to 2. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Look who's head of Christmas fun tonight. Miranda's Games with Showbiz Names. Here with us at 9:45. And something new and a bit different on BBC Two now. Olivia Colman, Helena Bonham Carter and Tom Hollander. In Cinderella?